How to finally get lean, starting at 30% body fat. This is what you should do. In 2017, that was the first time I finally got lean. I started over 30% body fat and got to 12% body fat. I bulked up and did it again in 2018 and again in 2019 and again and again, and this is where I am right now. In 2022, after my surgery in February, I've also done this with all of my clients, Hugo, JL, Wayne, Tori, and the list is endless. I say this because in this video, I will share with you every single step I've done to go from 30% body fat to a minimum of 12% and even less. After watching this video, you'll know exactly what it will take and what you need to do to finally get lean. Losing body fat can sometimes feel very frustrating. There's so many different diets and training programs out there, and they all seem to disagree with each other. If you're watching this video, you've seen the sea of noise about getting to your goals, but is this really the case? In my experience, most people are quitting right before they see the light at the end of the tunnel. So before we dive in, for people searching for this kind of information, for the YouTube algorithm, and to support me and what I'm building on this channel, gently tap the like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell to keep up to date with all the relevant science-based information. Let's kick it off. How to lose fat. By now you've heard it's calories in versus calories out, but no one even explains what that actually means. This is so important for us to start our journey. No matter how complicated some fitness expert try to make fat loss sound, it's incredibly simple. First thing you need to know, body fat should be thought of as stored energy. That's right. Your beer belly is really a Duracell battery. The point of body fat from an evolutionary point of view is to store energy for periods of starvation. As you can see, your body's very good at storing body fat. Because of thousands of years, it was crucial for you to do so. Every day you burn calories performing numerous tasks. Going to the gym obviously burns a lot of calories, but so does sitting in a chair, reading a book, walking up the stairs, vacuuming the hallway, taking the dog out for a walk. Every single action, even breathing, burns calories. The total number of calories that you burn is usually around 2,000 per day, but this can vary dramatically depending on your lifestyle. Some people burn significantly more and some people burn significantly less. This total number of your calories is known as your total daily energy expenditure, TDEE. Another thing we do every day is eat and drink. These foods we eat and drink contain calories, energy. Adding all of these calories up will give you your total daily energy intake. If your total energy expenditure is higher than your total energy intake, your body will burn stored energy, body fat, to balance the equation. That's it. It has nothing to do with the foods you're eating or at what time you're eating. It's that simple. If your total energy expenditure and intake are identical, then you'll neither gain nor lose body fat. It's important to think about this process in terms of weeks and months rather than days. One day where you eat a little more than usual will not lead to significant fat gain. One day where you exercise like crazy and starve yourself will not lead to significant fat loss. But if you go 16 to 20 weeks with a small caloric deficit, you'll start to lose significant levels of fat. Sadly, the opposite is also true. This is for you if you're starting anywhere near 30% body fat. I promise you, if you watch this video till the very end, you'll be in a much better position. I will even have something here for you that is going to set you up for success. But I do this for myself. I do this for all my clients. I do this for all the people I love because I want the best for them. Step number one, I call it the contract. In life, we need to hold ourselves accountable, and I learned this from my idol Kobe Bryant.
The deal was already made. The deal was made when I set out at the beginning of the summer and said, this is the training plan I'm doing. I signed that contract with myself. I'm doing it.
Kobe would sign a contract with himself and not negotiate any further, and I highly recommend you do this. Make that commitment, make that mindset shift that's saying, hey, I'm gonna achieve this goal, and no matter what, I'm going to get there, even if you fail. And you'll be operating in such a space where you know you're gonna be taking one step forward each and every single time, and even if you take 2 steps back, you will continue taking the steps forward because that's just how life works. But when you've signed the contract with yourself, I do a number of things. Number one, I make an announcement. I tell everybody, anybody that is important to me, I make an announcement on YouTube, I make it on Instagram, and this way I'm held accountable. And I would make a group chat with your friends, your family, and say, hey guys, these are the goals that I'm going for, and I'm gonna make that happen. Watch how much more diligent you are, because in your mind, you're gonna say, hey, I wanna be held accountable by these people, and I wanna show them that I'm gonna achieve everything I set myself out to. The second thing I want us to do is set goals for ourselves. When you've set a goal, it allows you to have a clear pathway from where you currently are to where you wanna be. Example, if you're at 30% body fat, let's say you wanna cut that in half and you wanna get to 15% body fat, we have a start and an end. Now, how are we gonna get there? Now, that means you need to lose 15%. That is the distance. Those are the steps you're gonna take. So you need to take it at 1% at a time. So if you wanna go the fast route, you can lose 1% per week, and it's gonna take you 15 weeks. And that is gonna be in your contract. However, I highly recommend you do it at a lesser rate by half, and that's gonna take you 30 weeks. I do that because it allows you to be more flexible, takes the pressure off of your shoulders, and it allows for you to be able to get better and better. And if you're going through your journey, let's say you're 25% and you've gained confidence, you can accelerate it at any point. But making that decision will release the pressure, and that way you won't give up in case you make any mistake, but just make that contract with yourself. Let's say, okay, we're gonna do 30 weeks. This is the decision I've made to be able to get to 15%. We're one step closer to be able to get to that number. The final part I want us to do is holding yourself accountable and how you keep the contract in place. Step number 1, I want you to weigh yourself. Get on the scale after using the toilet every Sunday, doing the exact same thing, and just write it down in a book or write it down in an app. And it's just data. It means nothing, but it's just data to see where you are, to see where you're progressing. If the weight scale is going down, fantastic. If it's going up, that is fine. It will allow you to make a decision moving forward based off of what you're doing on a week-to-week basis. The second thing I want you to do is taking photos. Take a photo each and every single Sunday. So right after you get off the scale, you take the photos, and I'm showing you here exactly how I want you to take them. These two factors are going to tell you if you're trending in the right direction, and you're going to be able to compare the photos and the weight scale, because you could be building muscle and losing fat at the same time, and that may even encourage you more. When I do this step number 1 with myself and all my clients, they will see success because it will dictate how we move into step number 2, which is the nutrition and training. Now, I'm sure you've heard it all the time. I understand calories in versus calories out, but let me emphasize it a little bit more, because you're probably your worst enemy at this point. Let's talk nutrition. Number 1, all I want you to do is download a free app. It's called MyFitnessPal. And once you've put in all your data in MyFitnessPal, this is how I want you to be able to determine your macros. So MyFitnessPal is going to ask you what your rate is. Go for the lower part, so between 1 pound or half a pound a week. I highly recommend that. Now, these are the macros I want you to put. For protein, which is going to be the most important, if you just hit your protein, you're very likely to stop eating so much food because protein is very satiating. So we have 2 options. Option number 1, give yourself 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Option number 2, give yourself 1 gram of protein per centimeter of your height. So if you're 200 centimeters, you should put 200 grams of protein. Or if you're 200 pounds, put 200 grams of protein. If you like to be more accurate, take 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight and 1 gram of protein per centimeter of height, and get the average. We've established how much protein you need to eat. The second thing I want you to do is shift your fat intake to 20%, and the outstanding should go to carbs. Voila, it's that simple. Now, the next thing I want you to do, and the simplest thing, anybody can do this. I know, and I work with a lot of busy people, but what you can do is spend one day invest in yourself and track all the foods you're eating to be able to hit those macros accurately. And once you've done that, you don't even need to use MyFitnessPal again. All you need to do is eat those foods again and again and again for the entire week, and just repeat that process. When it gets to Sunday, see what result you got. If the result was fantastic, it's fixed, nothing's broken, just go again. And then when you get to a point where you stop seeing results, then make an adjustment and maybe decrease your carbs by 25 grams and no more, and then do it again. And depending on what result you get every Sunday, it's going to allow you to make a decision between increasing or decreasing your carbs. And I will just give you that as a simple way. I make different decisions, but just making that decision. Track one entire day, hit those macros perfectly, put MyFitnessPal away, and repeat for 7 days. It's so easy. Sunday, make your decision. That is your nutrition done. Now, the second thing we need to talk about is your training. Why your carbs are so important and why I don't want you to be manipulating your carbs too much is that we also want to have muscle tissue on our frame, because it's going to dictate the way we look. The more muscle you have, the leaner you're going to look, and you're going to get that muscular, athletic look you want. You don't want to be skinny fat. So when you train with intensity, train with purpose, and train with good form. And I promise you that I'm going to leave you in a better position mission at the end of this video. All I want you to do is hit the video with a gentle thumbs up and be subscribed. Take a screenshot of that and go to my Instagram, drmike.eth, and send me that screenshot and say, Dr. Mike, send me the training plan. And I'm gonna send that to you. I promise if you're watching this video, I will send that to you. Just send me a screenshot of hitting the gentle thumbs up and subscribing, and I will send you a link to download a training plan that is gonna work for you. And I did say, I promise you're gonna be in a better position. Now we have our nutrition and training done. And each and every single week, I just want you to get better. And that's according to the contract you've signed with yourself. And then step number 3 is I want you to move. And when I like talking about moving, I talk about steps. Don't do any rigorous cardio. Don't do high intensity interval training. The first thing I want you to do in week 1 of signing that contract with yourself is 8,000 steps. I'm showing you on the screen here, and I'm going to leave the link to this page. It shows you exactly how many calories you burn. Doing 8,000 steps is going to guarantee you're burning a certain amount of calories each and every single week. And you can use this factor to also manipulate your calories out. So once you've seen what week 1 is, let's say hypothetically you saw no results, then move from 8,000 steps to 9,000 steps. All of a sudden you're burning 100 more calories. Step on the scale in week 2, and it's very likely, if everything stayed the same, it's very likely now that the weight's gone down because you're burning more calories by walking more. And let's say you did see great results and you want to accelerate that, move it from 9,000 steps to 10,000 steps. And when you stop seeing results, then you make a change with your nutrition or with the cardio. And I just want you to increase your steps. If you follow these 3 simple steps, the contract, the nutrition and training, and the cardio, you will be in a fantastic position. And if you've gotten to this point in the video, I'm gonna give you an extra bonus. With all my clients that I've ever worked with, when I've managed to switch their sleeping from 6 to 7 hours, just simply making that decision, or from 7 to 8 hours, their body processed being able to lose fat much better. They were more energetic, so they burnt more calories, and they performed at such a high level in their workplace and with their family. Prioritize sleep, get into a sleeping routine, and shoot for 7 hours minimum and try and get more. But with that being said, those are the 3 things, and even 4 if you've gotten to the last, that you should just do consistently, and you will be able to see that 30% go to 29, and then 25, and then you're in the teens, and then you have more goals, and you can come back to this very channel and watch videos that will allow you to get 10%, because now you're closer to that goal. If you want someone to help you with this, I do this with all my clients. I do it passionately, and we work one-on-one. If you want to work with me directly in 2023, now is the perfect time. Go into the description of this video, fill out the application to work with me, and do your best, and I'm going to reach out to you, and someone on my team will reach out to you to make sure that we're able to have a conversation to be able to get you to where you need to. And I'm looking forward to working with you in 2023. Happy New Year to you. I'm wishing you all the success, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the other side. Hit it with a gentle thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below, hey Mike, this is what I've tried and it hasn't worked, or what you're struggling with, and I'm gonna be in the comments to help you there as well. This way I can give you a fast reply, and if you're new, subscribe. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.